In this video, I would like to make the point that Earth's biodiversity is not equally distributed among geographic regions, and there are some parts of the world which have a far greater biodiversity than others. I would like to use birds, and specifically hummingbirds, to make this point. And I would like to make this point using the country of Ecuador, and actually specifically a preserve known as the Mashpi Preserve in northwest Ecuador, which is less than 10 square miles in size. So Ecuador in general has about the size of the state of Colorado. The Mashpi Preserve, as I mentioned, is less than 10 square miles. And the Mashpi Preserve has more than 420 species of birds which can be observed there. That's about the number which can be observed in the state of New York. And so in northwest Ecuador, there's a small region, less than 10 square miles, which has about the same bird diversity as the state of New York. I am not aware of any birds which are endemic to the state of New York, found here and nowhere else in the world, but the Mashpi Preserve is site to about 35 endemic species of bird found in this region and nowhere else, and this would include 5 endemic hummingbirds. There is a large number of hummingbird species which exist in the world, over 320. And of the families of birds, which comprise the over 8,000 species of bird which are known in the world, there are fewer than 10 bird families which have more than 300 species. So hummingbirds are in the top 10 as far as species diversity goes in birds. Of these over 320 species of hummingbird known in the world, over 130 of them are known in Ecuador. So Ecuador, with its size about the size of Colorado State, is home to 40% of the species of hummingbird found throughout the world. Now, once again, many of these are not endemic to Ecuador and can be found in other neighboring countries as well. Thus, it seems that Ecuador is the capital of hummingbirds in the world, that no other country on Earth has as many different species of hummingbird as Ecuador. And once again, this Mashpi Preserve, in an area smaller than 10 square miles, has at least this year more than 43 species of hummingbird observed there, and 5 are endemic to this region, found nowhere else in the world. For comparison, the eastern half of the United States has 1 species of hummingbird and 1 species only, the ruby-throated hummingbird. But once again, this Mashpi Preserve, an area less than 10 square miles, has more than 43 species observed there this year, and 5 are known here and only here. And so the point I would like to make is that Earth's biodiversity is not equally distributed. And if we wanted to conserve species in the planet, there are certain areas, such as the Mashpi Preserve in Ecuador, which need to be preserved because they have just an incredible level of biodiversity, which simply doesn't have any comparison in the continental United States.